Hey, what's going on, y'all? I gotta tell y'all something. It Last night I experienced something that was the most just pussy crap I have ever experienced, ever seen when I'm umpiring a baseball game. I'll start from the beginning and we'll go through it. I happened to be watching a live stream of the Sunbelt Baseball League semifinal game 2 between the Gainesville Gold Diggers and the Chattahoochee Monsters. They're playing at Golden Park, just 10 minutes away. And they had a 3 umpire crew, like they do most of the time. And I won't use the umpire names because I don't have permission from it. I won't do that. But the plate umpire, I see he gets hit in the hand, and it does not look good. I mean, he's hopping around back there. It looks bad. And he ends up having to leave the game. So they delay the game, and the guy who was at third base, I believe, takes over behind the plate. And then you have a 2 umpire crew, which is nothing new. I mean, 2 is what you use in high school most of the time and in travel ball most of the time. So I mean, it works. You can certainly make 2 umpires work. In fact, when you first start umpiring, that's what you learn. You learn 2. And then because 3 builds off of 2, and 4 builds off of 3, which builds off of 2. So you have that. So I see this, and I'm thinking, well, this is maybe 10 o'clock at night, something like that. And I'm thinking, I'm 10 minutes away. I haven't been asked. I haven't been called. But I think I can get over there and fill in and be the third guy. So I think, well, let me go do that. I grab my umpire stuff. I get over there. And I get in the dressing room, and plate guy's there. He's got some ice on his wrist, and he's about to go home. And he says, yeah, go ahead and put your stuff on. And I'll probably take third base. So, okay, whatever. So I get in there, and then the first base umpire comes in to grab the lineup card, because I guess they forgot to get that from the plate guy. And I tell him, hey, I'm going to come fill in, next, inning. So he said, okay. And so I get dressed. I put everything on. Put my light blue shirt on, my cap. And I wait for the bottom of the 4th, I believe it was. Bottom of the 4th. To finish. And it does. The Monsters scored a bunch of runs that bottom half of the inning. But then the top of the 5th, I come in. And lets people know, hey, I'm here. I'm going to take third base, and we're going to have 3 again. Again, I was not asked. I was not called. I happened to be watching, and out of the kindness of my heart, as a courtesy, I chose to go there. I'm probably not getting paid for that. All right? In fact, I can almost be assured I'm not going to get paid for that. This is on my own. I decide, I'm going to go do this for them. This was not for me. This is for the teams so they can have 3 umpires for a postseason game. I want you to keep that in mind as you're listening to this entire story. I get in there. Top of the 5th inning. They get the first guy out. Next guy, I think, gets on base at first base. The Gainesville Gold Diggers guy gets on first base. Next guy hits a fly ball down the right field line. Fair foul decision. My first base umpire goes out. So he goes out. It reverts back to a 2-umpire system. So I have all the calls on the bases. And they catch the ball for the second out. They throw back to first base to try to double up the guy going back first. And they get him. So I bang him out. And of course, Gainesville sides, they're all like, oh, no, that's not right. I don't care. I mean, he was out. I mean, I called him out, so yeah, he was out. If I'd have thought he was safe, I'd have called him safe. I mean, it's pretty simple. And so I'm going to use these names. Gainesville manager Micah Owings, who is a former big leaguer, he said, "Hey, can you ask your plate umpire about it?" Asked me to go get help. I'm really thinking in my head, no, I really shouldn't. But like, I'm thinking about it because, like, I mean, he might know. I mean, the field conditions were awful, so maybe he would see something. Probably not. So I'm just thinking stuff in my head. That is up until he says this sentence twice. He says, "You effed us up last time." Of course, he doesn't censor himself. He said it twice. This is referring to a game last week that's not relevant to what we're doing now. Something that happened then. You effed us up last time. He said it twice. I say no, and I run him out of the game. I eject him, which is absolutely the right thing to do. All right? I tell you, Doug Harvey, best umpire who ever lived, he would have done the exact same thing. You know how I know? Because he did it in this book. He told a story of it. So Micah's all in cahoots. He don't know what to do. Well, yeah, actually, he goes back in the dugout. He gets on the phone with somebody. I learned later, he gets on the phone with the commissioner of the Sunbelt League, another former big leaguer, Todd Pratt. He played in 2 World Series. Right? And Pratt, well, I don't know what Owings told Pratt. He probably made it sound way different than it actually was. Pratt overturns my ejection and lets Owings stay in the game. I should have walked off the field right then and there. But I did. I finished up that game. So what this tells me, a few things. Micah and Todd must be in cahoots. They must be, close. And they have each other's backs, stuff like that. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why Gainesville has so many wins this year. Even though they couldn't hold on and keep the number 1 seed, they had to settle for the number 2 seed. Of course, they would blame that on me, but of course, that's just an excuse. I got every call right. And just, oh my gosh, I've never seen something that crazy. Commissioner's not even there at the ballpark. He's up in Atlanta, Lawrenceville, wherever the heck he lives at. He's not even there. He overturns my ejection. He ought to be ashamed of himself. And so should Micah. They both should be. And that lets me know Sunbelt League must not be a legitimate league, even though they're partially funded by Major League Baseball. If that's the kind of bullcrap that they're going to pull, that friggin' Todd has Micah's dick so far down his throat that he's going to, you're good, you can stay in the ball game. It can't be a legitimate league. So because it's not a legitimate league, I don't have a problem saying this. As an umpire, I hope the Chattahoochee Monsters beat the brakes off the Gold Diggers tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. And the Gold Diggers are obviously a good ball club. I mean, they've won a lot this year. But I hope they beat them. And then the Sunbelt League Championship Series will be all Columbus, the Chattahoochee, and the Monsters. And the city of Columbus, no matter what happens, they'll be happy regardless. I haven't heard back from my signer yet. I sent an ejection report to him late last night. Told him, hey, you can do whatever you want with this. I don't know what you want to do. I just want you to have it because I've never been this disrespected on a field before. This is the lowest of the low. I've been in environments that are just hectic environments to be in where the crowds and the teams are just off the walls, misbehaving. That's bad enough. The commissioner's office was too much of a pussy to say, hey, I gotta wait and hear from our officials first. They're partnering with the officials, the umpires' business that I'm with. That was Todd Pratt and Micah Owings should be absolutely ashamed of themselves. Todd for being so much of a pussy, and for Micah being so much of a crybaby. They both should be absolutely ashamed to be associated with baseball. So, this, All right, 10 minutes. So I think that's about it. If any other updates come along, I'll let y'all know. Tell me what you think, guys, please. Please. I know there's some people who are going to watch this. A lot of my viewers, they know that I do well. I mean well. So just let me know. If you have any honest questions, feel free to ask. But I'm not going to put up with any trolling in my comment section. You're just going to be freaking removed. I'm not doing that. So I appreciate you watching. Umpiring's not always this way. This is just the lowest of the low that I experienced last night, July 29th. Thanks for watching.